everyone, I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com, and today's topic is predictive programming, more truth in plain sight. So, question, Lynn, have a look at some of the top rated shows on Amazon, Hulu, and even Netflix. I not only see predictive programming and agendas at play, it looks like they're showing their playbook via truth in plain sight. I recently watched Utopia, which depicts a viral outbreak among children, which was created by one evil man. What are your thoughts? And I too did watch this, so I will try not to reveal spoilers until the end. I will let you know if I do have a spoiler come out, because if you would like to watch it for yourself and be, I guess, naive as you go into it to get a more unbiased perspective, I will leave you with that as well. So I get that what they're describing, and this happens all the time, and I see the powers that were releasing this type of media to put it in the subconscious and also to desensitize us by accepting it and having no reaction other than to see things as entertainment. And in a way, it allows them permission. And I also see that the powers that were try to see how people respond to things that they release or events they participate in, so they can modify agendas and false flags accordingly. It creates a social experiment of sorts. And what I mean by that is, when they put this stuff out in movies and TV shows and series and all that kind of thing, they wait and see how do people react to it. What is the emotional reaction? Most people work off of emotion and develop actions based on their emotions. So if they can trigger a desired reaction or emotion, they can get the end result they want. So that's why I say this is like a social experiment. I see them doing it that way. This show, this Utopia show, illustrates just how actors can be cultivated and convinced to partake in these various events they put out there. I have to watch my words wisely. I don't want flags, so you can get by with saying it once or twice, but just needless to say, events that they create, this shows how they get actors to partake in that and be on their side. They truly use MK Ultra techniques, and they also break their psyche to create a person that they want. The conspiracy isn't quite the conspiracy when you see how it's done, and this is just one example. So everything labeled a conspiracy is not a conspiracy. There's a lot of facts that support the reality behind it. And I felt like I was watching a director trying to show us just how easily it's done and how people are truly duped by all this. I also noted how the blackmailing occurs. They either can drug you, put you in a difficult situation so they can plant evidence like disgusting photos, or maybe they drug someone and get them to commit some very unmentionable act that they have no recollection of until they come to their senses. And then it's like, well, look at this dirt we have on you, now we own you. That kind of thing to be used against you at a later time happens all the time with people in power, politicians, people in the media, and those type of individuals. Many people go to the dark side for fear of the blackmailing and worry that they're not going to be believed if they do try to speak the truth. I also see how a patsy is always needed. They find a person with a history of mental illness, even if they create the mental illness themselves. They either create a perpetrator or they do the crime themselves and pin it on the patsy with the illusion of a forced suicide to finish off the crime in most situations. How many times do we see that? You see some guy go out there, do some horrible thing, or at least they say, and then he ends up committing suicide on himself. They don't want evidence or a chance of a conflicting story, and they write the narrative. Here's where the spoiler alert comes in, so turn off the video if you don't want to hear anything else. One of the most unsettling parts I got to the show is the intentional spread of a virus to cause fear and hysteria. The person leading the intentional spread and the treatment is in favor of reducing population and has other agendas in mind while committing unmentionable acts against society. The fear and hysteria leads to the immunization that is ineffective, and they know it is ineffective even when they are administering it. But the real goal of the immunization is to create generations of infertility to reduce the population on the planet. And I've been saying that in our own real world here of different motivations that are behind creating the fear and trying to put an inoculation out there against it. I even did a reading a while ago stating exactly that. And does this remind you of anybody in real life? Mr. Gates here, right? I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but the outline of this series highly parallels what is going on based on the events and readings I've done. We are in for some unsettling times while we work through this current beer bug pandemic they've placed upon us. So that was really all I have for this reading. I'd be really curious your thoughts. If you've watched this, I'd love to know your take on it and if you see the parallels as well. So I will leave you with that. Again, I am Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. Thanks. Bye.